So can Pepe really hit $1? In this video, we're going to do a breakdown of the market case and price predictions for the 2024 bull run. Down below there are chapters, so if you just want to get straight to the good stuff, find out where you want to go and just kind of head there. I am going to kind of go in, back up my thoughts, give some thought process and thesis leading into it, but yeah, use that just so you can get to the parts that you want. Hey, real quick, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying to ape or YOLO into any of these coins. Please be safe. The crypto space is very risky, so you should do your own research before moving into it. Also, for those of you that are going to critique and say that I've done a bad job at some of these projections and some of my thoughts, feel free to make your own video, drop a comment below because I'd love to watch it and see what you would be doing differently. And also hit that like button. Let's kick on with the video. With Pepe, 475,000 followers on Twitter. This thing's popping off. It's always been popping off. And I also covered sort of Pepe on the channel sort of months ago when it first kicked off, and it's just been going strength to strength. But the fact is, they're still somewhat active on Twitter, which I think is really important, kind of pushing forward. So what we're going to be doing here with the Pepe price predictions is we're going to be going over market cap. Now, the reason we're going off market cap is first off, it's very hard with the price of different coins because prices are hard, whereas market caps make a lot more sense to just get some of these price predictions. So when we have a look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, right now we're sitting at around 1 trillion. But what I want to point out here is the fact that the rise from the first little peak of crypto in the 2014 up until the 2017, we had this rise of around 8,000% from 8.5 billion to 700 billion. And then from there, this is almost, this doesn't really make sense for what we're kind of going on here. But then this rise was another sort of, it's saying sort of 350, 400% around there from the 2017, 2018 into the 2021. So what we're going to look at now is the Bitcoin market cap and what actually happened there. And this will make sense leading into what's actually happening with Pepe. So the Bitcoin market cap started off at 8.5 billion, then went up to the sort of 320 billion, and then we had a 230% increase to the 1.27 trillion. And so that gives you an idea of what the run is. If we end up going back and having a look at the run up from the sort of 8.5 billion around here up until the 325, it was around let's just say around that sort of 4,000%, so it's around a 4,000% gain. Now, getting into the meme coins. Now, Pepe at its heart is a meme coin. I think Pepe in this next run will be the Ethereum to Bitcoin, which will be essentially the Doge alternative in the next run. And I also think that we can have good comparisons to other meme coins. So looking at Doge, what we can see is it ran to around $89 billion in the sort of run that we had in that 2021 bull run. So that's what the peak and pinnacle of market cap of a meme coin can be. When we have a look at something like Shib Inu, this had a $41 billion market cap. So this is what a sort of the second player, the second fiddle, the Ethereum to Bitcoin. This is what not the main blue chip meme coin, like the kind of underdog meme coin that rides along with it. You can see here that essentially it's about half the price. So if we kind of go half the market cap, that's kind of what we end up with. So that is Doge and that is Shib. So with that in mind, what we can then do is have a look at what Pepe has done, where Pepe is and where it can run. And then we can also run and chart out some prices. So having a look at Pepe itself and what is actually happening, what you can see here is that Pepe at its peak, it had a market cap of around 1.4, so almost 1.5 billion in terms of its market cap. And if you then have a look at Shib, Shib ended up having, when it first sort of had that first little pump, it was at around 12, but it ran up to 41, and Doge obviously the 89. So if you start to look at Pepe and you're going, if Pepe then does half of Shib, which has done half of Doge, what you end up with is you end up with Pepe running from a market cap right now of around 400 million to around the $20 billion zone. Now, what I'm actually going to do right here is if we actually run the sort of ruler and the chart, we can actually kind of see what that percentage gain would be. And if we take a mark at around that sort of $400 million mark right here, so it's around here, and we run it up to around that sort of just around that top, it's getting around 9,000%. So 9,000% there. If we have a look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, we can see that the first peak here up to here was around that 8.5, 9,000%. So we're starting to see a little bit of a pattern here from where Pepe could be right now in terms of market cap. The run up could be something similar to what we have seen in the total market caps. Now, like, look, we're talking about crazy amounts of percentages here, percentage gains, but overall, when we go peak to peak, even on something here, so we're going a 1.5 billion to the peak here, we end up with sort of 2,500%. So we're going, the idea is I think right now Pepe is positioned to make at least a 20x from its previous high, so half of what this Shib is, but I do think that we can actually get to the $41 billion market cap. That's what I think that is appropriate, because I see Shib running beyond the 41 billion and I see Doge running beyond the 89 billion, because we've seen Bitcoin put in some higher highs and we've seen the whole market as a whole put in sort of higher highs and building up that market cap. So what I've actually done here is I've charted out some numbers, and I'll just run this through with you here. Just say you put in $10 a week. So you're going in August, you put in $10 a week, September another 40, October, and we run up to the Bitcoin halving. So the Bitcoin halving here in sort of April. What you can actually see, so yeah, this is the Bitcoin halving. What we can see is you put in $10 a week, you got $360 in. If you put $360 in and we get that 7,000% return, which is going from this. So, and like, look, I know there's going to be people in the comments going, yeah, but market cap isn't around, like there can be a different circulating supply. There can be all this, can be all that. Look, these are some numbers just to give you an idea of where it can go. So you can then formulate a plan and be strategic in how you move. So if we go from the $400 million market cap right here up to around that sort of 7,000%, you can see here it's still sitting at like a $30 billion market cap, which is below that 41. And then what that'll mean is your $360 essentially turns into $25,000. Then if you wanted to put in $50 a week, that'll net you $1,800 before the Bitcoin halving, $126,000. If you wanted to do $100 a week, $250,000. Now, this is a very high-end kind of run if everything goes perfectly, if the price doesn't run between this point in time, because obviously if the price starts to creep up from the $400 million market cap up to like the sort of $1 billion market cap, you are then going to eat into the amount of upside that you can have. But if we go a little bit more conservative and just do a 4,000% gain from that point, which will then take you to around the $20 billion market cap, which is half of Shib, which is a quarter of Doge in the last cycle, which does seem pretty sort of reasonable and easy. Your $360 turns into 14, your $50 a week, so your 1,800 turns into 72, and your 3,600 turns into 144. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up right now is what happens in the previous cycle and cycles is Bitcoin is priced, well, Bitcoin will be priced at 60, 70, 80, $100,000. People will feel like they've missed because they go, Bitcoin price high, don't want to buy, I've already missed out. That is why Doge had the run that it did. Doge had the run that it did, first off for the memeability, first off because Elon absolutely pumped those bags, but what Doge did is Doge had the ability for someone to spend $100 and get sort of 200, 300, 400 Doge. People could feel like they could actually load up on a lot of Doge, which then meant that it had the chance to run because the general public, the simple-minded folk that do come in, they were able to buy on platforms like Robinhood, Coinbase, just really easy, simple kind of one-click buy it, good, fine. But they also can buy lots of them. And this is where I think Pepe has a chance because people then go, I've missed Doge. I remember Doge. I've missed it. Pepe. I know Pepe is an internet meme. I think Pepe is good. People will then come in and buy Pepe. So that's why I think there is a chance to run up. And when you have a look at the Pepe price and where it is right now, you end up in a position where even for it to get to its previous all-time highs, what you can see here is, I'm just loading up the chart now. What you can see here is Pepe. Here we go. If we run just to our all-time highs right here, we end up with a sort of 2.5x from this point. And I feel really, really confident that we'll hit that. Will we hit it this year? I don't think we'll hit it this year. I don't think we'll hit it within 12 months. I think 18 months is a decent sort of time period and price point. But you can see right here the fact that if we then run and this is also why I think having price points for Pepe is really hard because you're going like 0.0000, like it's absolutely terrible. But if we end up running this from this price point and you get up to your 7,000%, you still can't grasp these numbers. They're too tiny, they're too small. But when you look at market cap, it's much easier to have a look at the market cap and be like, okay, we're at 400 million. If we get to sort of 20 billion, I know that's a decent, damn good exit point, and you know that you've essentially gotten sort of a big rip at sort of that 40 billion. Now, what I am doing, and this isn't, oh, I'm going to do it. This isn't something that is like a down the line thing. Right now, I am DCAing into Doge, into Pepe. I think that it is a no-brainer, even something small. And I'm not spending a large bag. Like I'm just spending just very small amounts, but consistently on an exchange, and it's going to stay on an exchange. I'm not going to sort of have it in a wallet. I'm not going to self-custody it because I want to be able to liquidate it just at the drop of a hat. But the idea is I am DCAing right now, just little bits accumulating, because when it turns on, it'll just go absolutely crazy. It will absolutely rip. Now, if you do want me to cover Doge, Shib, I also want to kind of run Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that, make sure you drop make sure you subscribe, drop a like below so I can get to them and do some analysis on that, where these things are going, because I think looking at price, looking at market cap is a very good indicator of what can happen, because people get very caught up in what the actual price will be. When you look at the actual market cap as a whole, you can then start to have a look at how money is moving around in the space and how much liquidity is in the market. And I know that a lot of people will be keen on seeing where Doge can run to, looking at what has previously happened in other crypto cycles like Bitcoin, but then also looking at the total crypto market cap. So can Pepe hit $1? No, it can't hit $1, because if you have a look right here, it's got right here, it's got a market cap, a total supply of 420 trillion. So what would happen for Pepe to hit $1 is you would need the entire, you would essentially need to, with Bitcoin, you would need to have Bitcoin do more than a 420x for Pepe to hit $1. That's just absurd. It's not going to happen. So Pepe is not going to hit $1, but I do see it hitting that 20 to 40 billion dollar market cap in the next cycle, that next run up. That's not 12 months, at 18 months away. That's why I've kind of plotted out this little chart for you, just to kind of go, if you tuck away $10 a week, you could be sitting on something juicy in that in that time frame. So yeah, like, but that's not financial advice. I'm not saying you should just ape into it. You should go hard, go crazy on Pepe. That's just kind of where I see it running, and I think that the potential for it will do good because people will think they've missed Doge and they'll hopefully get onto the next one, and the next one being Pepe because it hasn't had that run. And that's when us that are in here right now, that are in here daily, sort of trading, researching, just being degenerates overall, will end up making a fat bag. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go down there, hit that subscribe button, also hit that like button. Also, if you don't like what I've been saying in here, feel free to correct me in the comments below, because I will read them and I will tell you why you are wrong. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.